Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable, golfing and sunny retirement community affectionately known as
Del Boca Vista.
Thank you, Frank. This is the new and reset, independent, self-funded, nonprofit, non-monetized, non-aligned, informative, semi-entertaining live DOXX report. DOXX report encompasses some citizen journalism with commentary opinion only on topics that interest me and can be found exclusively on YouTube and X. I've given up on Rumble and I've given up on Kick. And I'm only streaming on YouTube. Live streaming available only on YouTube. I am a student of truth, self-discovery that has improved my daily living and will continue to do so. Email, got a new email address, doxreport@hotmail.com. doxreport@hotmail.com. I'm getting rid of fastmail. I thank you now for viewing, liking, subscribing, and live commenting. Remember, above all, keep spiritually centered and show some civility, some humanity. 13. Now, that's a lot for me. 14. That's a lot. Don't you love that thumbnail? And I couldn't have planned it. I just happened to have one shot led to another, and it just came together. But I just love that thumbnail. It says it all. Weather, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be 33 degrees Celsius. Humidity, 54%. Pretty low. Wind kilometer, 14 kilometers per hour. That would be 9 miles per hour. What a day. What a beautiful day. It was, I was going to, at 3 o'clock, it was cloudy. The colors were wonderful. Now it's just really bright. So maybe we'll get some clouds in here. We got comments. We got 14. We'll go right to the comments. How's that? Pavel, no, you have to read. It's in the description. It is leadership, discipline, diligence, integrity, civility, and punctuality. Yeah, you can put that. That just comes with the territory. Rufus is back from the, I put him out in the Forbidden Land. He's back. Afternoon, docs. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you. Doing good. I stayed up late last night, and I did it on purpose because I know the later I stay up, I'm not going to go to the fitness center in the morning. And I just thought it was time to take a day off. So I stayed up late, and I went over to, I'll confess. I went over to the Curly channel. I didn't appear, but I was in the comments. But I know the proper etiquette. When you're a fellow channel creator, you go to another channel, you lay low. I'm not there to pick up subscribers. I'm not there to fight with any of the commenters. I'm just to lay low, which I did. And I think I unblocked him. So if you happen to see him, now I know this is curly free, he won't be on, but if somebody gets out of hand, I'll just have to time you out. Because if you don't know the etiquette, it's about etiquette, civility. Well, why did I go to his show last night? Well, I see here on the thumbnail, 2 guys in beanies. Now, and it's yellow. And is that a golf cart? I think it. Now, the last time I was in a vehicle, it was a WRX rally car with Timmy. So now you got me with watching Nicholas. At least you didn't put a pacifier in my mouth, and he's clapping it. That looks a little like me, but I don't have the beard, and I'm not that heavy. Or who is that? Well, maybe I'm mistaken. But anyway, I got in the chat, and he was courteous enough to allow a wrench to be given to me. So I thought, well, I can't keep him hidden on my channel, so I'll have to unhide him. But again, just follow the etiquette, proper etiquette. Lay low. You can say people are there, but you don't have to say hello to everybody. And just, there is an etiquette. All right, 17. Wow, pressure's on. Pressure's on. I guess you're waiting for Morty. Will Morty be on today? I have no idea. Are we on the spider's web? The only web I know of is the narcissist. He spins the web. Anyone who sticks on it, he shakes you down, find out who you are, how much you make, how can he utilize you, how can he use you and spit you out. He could care less about you because you're replaceable. You're prey. It's similar to a spider. Are we on the spider's web? Not here. Boris, PhD, is saying hello. The giant job makes the walrus look even more creepy. Oh, listen. You telling me, where is he? Look at the weight he's put on. And look at Mike the Snake. He's happy. He's peace. He's out of here. Let's see. Oh, here's Curly. Speaking of which, let's see. If not hello, I have upvoted. I am still bended. I don't know what that means. Am I a bended old man? If not hello. If not. No, you're not. I unhid you yesterday. First of all, you're in there as the franchise club, and then the franchise club 2. And I don't think you could still see my comments. So then I finally found Curly Kush. So just behave and proper etiquette and everything will be fine. Rufus, civility is the word of the day. But a lot of people think truth is not civil. No, truth is okay, as long as it's truthful. Horology, John, no Curly. I'm the only, well, wait a second. Is this Tan? Well, Tanzil's back. And he put up something about Mike the Snake, but it gives you a rundown. I mean, I'm not going to cover in detail, but I do have some interesting observations on Mike the Snake. You're here, Tan. We can see you. Pavel, that's correct. This is a dinner theater. There's civility. The show's up here on the stage, not in the audience. If you cause fights and everything else, you gotta be shown the door. Curly is having a laugh. Let's see. What do you mean your photo? It's Mike. It's a photo of Mike. It looks good, doesn't it? Yep, not sure why. DOXX used my photo in the thumbnail, but keeps me bended. You're here. You're here. Tanzil, you're here. This is not acceptable, H. Horology done. You're both here. You're both here. Let's see. Floodland. Well, I thought, seriously, when Watch Nicholas says he's got when Mish came on and said he settled a truce, I thought he'd be back in 24 hours. I thought he would be on Watch Nicholas' show today. Would it surprise anybody? If he got some money, he'd show up. But we'll see. I got some interesting clips. And I think Bear Clooney was right. He said, let's see, Mike the Snake said, I won't be back probably. I probably won't be back. Once you start saying probably, you've left the door open. See, he's indecisive. A lot like Watch Nicholas. Believe it or not, Watch Nicholas and Mike the Snake are quite a bit alike. Both are dependent on their parents. Both are not functional. Both cannot hold jobs. One has money, the other one doesn't. But indecisive, and they don't know how to. And one claims that it's not a stream of consciousness; it's a stream of neurosis. And the other one, he can't. He didn't have a manifesto. He was rambling. And he didn't know when to cut it. They're very similar. Let's see him Floodland. Mike will be back even faster than Morty, who returned from his leaving the verse. I don't remember that one. He's been gone over a month. Morty left July 31st. And then he says he's going to be back shortly, but with Morty, I don't know what that means. Curly, Snake Report, that would be Tanzil. Credit to JJ. Horology done. Your credit to JJ. He made the Snake Report thumbnail. We have no educate of the franchise club. What the fuck? It's Mike the Snake. Oh, okay. I didn't know. That's Mike the Snake? Okay, Mike the Snake. Oh, now it makes sense. Okay, because I didn't, it intrigued me anyway, because I thought, I looked at that and I go, what the hell? Because I wear the sunglasses all the time. And it was yellow. It looked like a golf cart. Okay, gotcha. It's Mike the Snake. I stand corrected. What do I leave off? Let's see. Mikey's Yellow Banana race card. Truthfully, when he's on, I just can't listen. So I just move on, you know. Loose Tooth, that's Mikey's Yellow Banana race card with an ostrich sitting shotgun. Let's see. Pavel, cutting edge mobile washing content. Well, yeah, I got to give you what you want. But before we do that, how do I get out of here? Let's see. You know, I don't know how Morty's going to be streaming because I forget after a week. He's been gone a month. It's tough. But before we do that, Mookie, let's see. Daphne wants to say hello to you.
Hello, doll.
Okay, got that out of the way.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua. Welcome, Mookie. Now, I was in the comment section of the franchise club, and Mookie says, "Hey, do the Playboard." I don't know if he's putting me on, but I did grab some Playboard numbers. Okay, we'll do that on the hour, and it's not Whiskey a Go Go. It's not Playboard a Go Go. I'll just give you the last week. I am gonna have a cognac. Oh, now it's clouding up. Now it looks good. Looks really good now. Let's, hang on. Now we got some color. Look good. Everything's green, but man, it's going to be 90 degrees today. It can dry out quick. Well, good. Thank you. I like to hear that. Curly Kush. I will always be civil on the #1 news business channel. Limited news business. Boris, PhD, DOXX, I would like your opinion on what Mike the Snake was saying in his manifesto. It seemed very cult-like behavior. Well, he knows the drill. He was in a cult. I don't know how much Mr. Bateman knows of the Archie verse. I don't know. How could you? I don't think he just stumbled upon it and said, I'll help him out. And we know he's an employee now, because they were arguing with Lux. He was arguing with Lux, and Lux told him, hey, we're both employees here, so he's making money. So when he says he's helping, well, you're earning money. Cult-like, but he knows the drill, and he shows others. That's how you just go in there and just sit. And you're just there for the leader. The leader makes all the decisions, Caesar himself. And Mike the Snake has turned in really to be the companion pet. Floodland, let's see. That picture of Mike looks very feminine. Oh. What, on the cover? On my thumbnail? Oh. Well, he had his hair, maybe he just washed his hair. He looks kind of like Leo the Lion a little bit, doesn't he? Oh, Pavel says the dye job on the Beast of Brisbane reminds me of You Only Live Twice, where an aging Connery becomes Japanese. Well, why did he dye his hair over to go on his overseas trip? Well, I believe is he going to try to get into Shenzhen, Mrs. Lai? Hard economic times over there. I don't know. I don't know if she'll have him. She probably got to rent the room out. Rufus, civility, I will behave, DOXX. Okay, that's all I asked for. All I asked for. Mark T says, Mike the Snake will be back in 1 to 2 weeks. He has an addictive personality. He'll be listening, and he'll jump on and say, oh, I'm not back. I'm here to clear my name. Well, no. If you leave, you leave. It'll be tough on him. 5 years, and then what? And it wasn't only just Archie's show. He was on producer Mark's show, Watch Nicholas, any show that would take him, he would be on it. So he is a public figure. So I don't feel sorry for him. And I have a clip where he says he enjoyed being picked on until Watch Nicholas picked on him, because then it was too much. But you got picked on all the time. You knew the drill. You were making money for your leader. That's right, nude business. Curly Kush claiming the snake report #1 in the news summary business. Can I get some extra bread and butter at the dinner theater? No, the show's on. No. I've never heard that analogy. Loose Tooth, that picture of Mike looks like he just found a great deal on a garden feature at a local nursery. A garden feature? Kurtikush, where's Mish? Where is Mish? I don't think anybody can comment. There's no 2-week minimum. All right, here we go. Breaking news from the Horology Jundin, the snake report himself, Tanzil. I spoke to Mike the Snake today. He's saying he's going to enjoy his car and other hobbies. In the meantime, probably best for him to take a break. He seems happier today. And I would recommend it for mental health's sake, don't let him on. I know you want to make a buck, but if he were to show up here, I wouldn't let him on. There's certain people you just shouldn't let on. He's cracked. I mean, he's very upset, and he can't. It's maybe a month or two, possibly. But he don't. If he can't stop drinking, don't pour him a drink. Okay, just don't let him on. I know it's going to be tough for some of you because it's all about the money. JB said Jesus. Pavel, DOXX analysis. Now, I speak for myself. Nikki and Mike the Snake are basically the same person, just a different stage of life. No, it's not a different stage of life. Look at Timmy and Archie. Look at Watch Nicholas and Mike the Snake. Again, they both have, they rely on their moms. They can't hold a job. They can't really finish things. They can't communicate properly, and they bounce around to ideas. One doesn't know when to quit talking. The other one has a stream of neurosis coming out all the time. So I think they are similar. Pavel wants to say that hairdo was the school marm phase of Mike's evolving hairdo. I think he just washed it. Now, let's nip this in the bud, okay? Mike the Snake is not a narcissist. I don't think he clinically would be diagnosed as a narcissist. NPD-ish, no. I mean, I'm hearing people like to use the term. They confuse it with selfishness, self-centeredness, which narcissists are, but it's a whole different thing going on. Listen, I was self-centered when I was driving a bus because I wanted to get ahead. I was only thinking about me. Didn't make me a narcissist. For the record, Lux's loan request. I support Archie Luxury proudly. All right. Horology, we need a Playboard for Lux's loan requests. I don't know if you can do that. If he's asking for loans, that's behind the scenes. I do have the big hitters, or the three main ones. I got Archie, Watch Nicholas, and Tim. The pathetic display wasn't very chingao. I love the photo. I like the Archie looking at him. Like, you know, he said, I think I got the tape. I got the snippet. He says, I'm the real victim. Now, see, that's a narcissist. It's very subtle. He could have said, I'm a victim too. He didn't say that. Or he could say, I'm also a victim. He didn't say that. I'm the real narcissist. I get the attention, not Mike. I get the sympathy. I get the spotlight. I'm not going to share that. Analysis you can only get at the DOXX report. Pasta's, he's in the house. I got up early, and I was thinking of going, but I had the battery tender on, and it's like, you know, I didn't go this morning. I go at least 4 times a week. Let's give him what he wants. We are here to please the subscribers. Where are you? Wah, wah. Here we go. Wah, wah. You give me a wah, wah. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Mookie, we getting smashed? No, I'm going to just pour brandy in the afternoon. Or not in the afternoon. I mean, what is it, 3:40 here? About, I don't know, 6 or 7. Pasta says Nick is a creep. I could see where you would say that. Now, I don't think he's a narcissist, but he's a spoiled rich kid, maybe. Why should he care about any of you? He's going to get a big load of money, and maybe he's more like Tanzil now. He wants to cause mayhem with his money. Maybe you want $1,000 thrown at you, right? That's possible. New Jack City in in Ohio, 3:30, currently 83 degrees in the Buckeye State. Oh, you took care of Texas. Oh boy. Here we got a cult member. Alexa's loan request. Archie's the sun in the sky. A small fountain in front of the lanai. How about a small fountain? No, I don't want any maintenance. I got sprinklers out there. In front of the lanai. Actually, when I looked at this home, the elderly couple that had it, they had all sorts of stuff in the bird cage. They had a fountain in there, running water. Like, no, I keep it simple and clean and tidy. I was going to put out maybe a bowl for the birds that fly by to, but you know, there's water. There's a retention pond over there, and I was going to put out the safflower seeds again, but then it keeps raining. So, you know, but I don't want a fountain. I don't want the. I told you I ended a very high maintenance relationship. The hydrangea in the front shrub bed. It just enough's enough. It looked terrible. It got burnt. It's just too hot, and it freezes in the winter. I pulled it out. It's gone. No, don't say that. Don't even say that in jest, please. Floodline Curly's moving to the villages. He's done with Chicago winter. Well, I'm telling you, I love it. In Central Florida, you don't get all the, bling and the guns, and it's not like the coast or Miami. It's very quiet, and for some reason, the hurricanes don't really hammer this area. Now, there's a new one out there. It's a couple days. One of the models hopefully it makes a right-hand turn pretty quickly. It goes up the coast. But there's one model that shows going straight up the Florida itself. But by the time it hits here, it'll be rough, but we'll see what happens. Well, it's civility. You can have your opinion. Lex's loan request. Tan from Horology Donna is a charlatan. We got some things on there, Mua, but I got to do that. I got an hour and a half to kill, and the comments are busy. 34 people watching, which is very surprising. Dr. Bob's nightmare. Oumuamua was the test run. 3i Atlas is a real Project Beam Mind F. Who knows? They don't really know that much about it, and we've never seen anything like it. Nothing like it. And let's see, what else was I going to say about that? I don't know. I mean, what an entrance. What if it stops behind the sun? Just stops. It doesn't come out the other side. What are they going to say? What's the answer to that? They're going to come up with something. Oh, I got one picture to show you. Let's keep that up there. Since we're referencing aliens, right? So this was tweeted out by our president, Mr. President. That's Senator Adam Schiff, and he tweeted it out, and he just said, "Laughing my ass off." Now, if you didn't know, you'd go, "Well, what does that mean? What's behind that joke?" Because the story goes, the alleged story goes that they were briefing President Trump on aliens and UAPs and non-human intelligence, and I guess they were talking, and when the aliens allegedly walk among us, and then his quote was, he quipped, "Well, that explains Adam Schiff," and the room kind of laughed, but in a way, it's not funny. He's being briefed on aliens, yet, well, why? They're not admitting to them yet. So I just thought it was, they're going to have to say, at some point, they're going to have to, the president will have a fireside chat with Americans. I mean, we should be told first before the rest of course, the whole world will be watching in. And then they'll never be able to walk it back after that. So we shall see. But those that have followed it at all, we already know. And I'm not one of them. I don't need it confirmed. That's not important to me. But the others, they want it confirmed. And I go, but when you look at it, who's it going to help? Except those that already know or think they know. Yeah, did you play it, Bart? You threw your money away. Bart Simpson, not investment advice, but Powerball is $1.8 billion with a B dollars. Oh, I looked at my S&P 500 this morning. I don't look at it every day. I do a report card, and I got out of the Villages Bank. The Villages owned Citizen First Bank, so I left that bank, closed. I was surprised because they gave me a cashier's check. I took it over to the new bank. They cashed it. They only held it like a day. And then my account was closed completely, zero balance. And but I'm just there's gonna be a takeover. It's gonna be Seacoast or something. And the woman was really nervous. I've talked to her before. I don't remember being that nervous, but she's elderly, and they're not gonna keep everybody when you get bought out, right? The redundancy, and who are they going to have in there? Elderly or younger people, right? I mean, she must know. I didn't say anything to her, but she was really, you could just tell, just very nervous. Tap on the shoulder. Good day, DOXX. It is a good day. Another day of living. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Dr. Bob Knight, Project Bluebeam. I guess I got to look this up. Well, there's Project Blue Book. I don't know about Bluebeam. I don't see anything on Bluebeam. Oh, wait a second. What is Project Bluebeam? Conspiracy theory over drones. Yeah, I mean, you can go. I'm around the rabbit hole. I got my head in the rabbit hole, but I got a rope around me. I'm not going to fall in the rabbit hole. I mean, you could listen. They have podcasts on this, 2-hour podcasts and interviews and eyewitness. I'm not into it like that. Jay Gray Sweater, Surge, that showed up too. Let's see, Serge Monast was a Canadian conspiracy theorist. He's mostly known for his promotion of the Project Bluebeam conspiracy theory, which posits a plot to facilitate a totalitarian world government by By who? By destroying aberrant religions, destroying religion, replacing them with a new. Okay, whatever. Good luck. There's always something, isn't it? Lex's loan request, meeting up with Blueberry Mike and not ordering blueberry pie would be, who are those people? The tap on the shoulder. Mike the Snake is a cowardly lion. Well, he's not. He's a cult member. It's, look at his side, trying to get out, trying to free himself from the cult of the living dead. Curly has concerns. Oh, tap on the shoulder and Mongolian Bob are here. Somebody's going to break bread. Somebody's going to break bad. Really? Tanzil, Horology Dungeon. When I met Mike the Snake, he ordered the entire dim sum menu, then forgot he did that, so he had to take home 30 shrimp dumpling leftovers. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He misspoke. Well, my stories are true. Well, he was actually, he was kind of thrown off there. Floodland, he might limp onto producer Marks. I don't think so, because they don't want to talk Archie. How's he going to go on there and not talk about Archie or what happened to him? And that's what got him in trouble last time. They don't want any part of it. That's correct. Mike the Snake, Curly Kush. Mike the Snake may be slow, but he is no dummy. He bought Advil off the president. He bought Advil off the president. Curly Kush, Mike, the watch this gave Mike a headache. Well, he shouldn't have been listening. And then when he's given his farewell speech, Archie, he couldn't keep his out of the spotlight. He had to interrupt. He should have said behind the scenes, listen, Mike, you got 5 minutes, and then I got to let you go. Help him along. End it. Don't let him sit there and, if he can't, he's done, let him go. And don't let him back on. He shouldn't be back on for at least a couple of months. Let's get into the meat of the news. Well, then I get accused of not going through the chats. Yeah, he'll be back. I know, but he shouldn't be allowed on. But they'll let him back on because they think they need him. They need him to make money and for narcissistic supply to the leader. Mike ain't going nowhere. He needs to be on the show. Archie is equal behind the curtain. The Oz behind the curtain. Horology Dungeon Tanzil. Dirk gave us an over and give us an over and under, and if you lose, do another treadmill stream. It's not an official stream without Dirk, says Curly Kush. Biff, welcome back. I suspect Mike will lie low for a while, become bored, and go back on live stream in a month or so. The month would be a long time for him. Curly Kush 38. Well, I got 27 now. Viewers, the DOXX report is back, baby, covering the cult of the living dead. Well, I mean, that's the top story. I got some other things, but AI Atlas, 3i Atlas, and a few other things. And we got to talk HELOC, Australian HELOC, by the financier himself, the captain of industry down there, who understands financing with a 9-year-old. Okay, let's see, Darth. I would say 2 weeks, but I know you will entice him to stay off 2 weeks and 1 day. The new business, says little Dave. Paranoid schizo. What, for watch necklace? Well, there's something wrong. ADHD, you think that's the only thing? There's some other stuff going on. A floodland. What was the "I told you so" count AC3 laid on Mike the Snake last night? Well, he gives advice. I told you so. You know, I told you not to buy this. I told you not to get a pet. You know, you're supposed to listen to me. I don't listen to anyone, but you're supposed to listen to me. Could have been a number of things. And then he said basically that Watch Nicholas was going to use him and spit him out. He was used, but that's what you do. And Mike knows the drill. Dirty old man, good day. Jeez. Hit the cognac. Curly wants me to, "Docs, hit the cognac." I don't hit it. I take a sip. Why not? I'm a successful, everyday multi-millionaire. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I looked at the S&P 500. Holy shit. I got a cushion, man. For this year, at this point, and it's not even, it's just into fall. And September is usually really shaky for the markets, but up for this year, since the first of the year, up big bucks. $100,000 on paper. And I did contact my, first of all, Kate H&R Block. I didn't speak with my lady, and I didn't like the answer I got, so I called Fidelity, because they let you know your required minimum distribution for your rollout. There's a tab you click on, it'll tell you exactly what you got to take out. But I said, what if I want to take it out of one institution and not the other, you know? But I'll take enough to cover everything. He said, that's okay, we don't care. We just tell you what you have to take out. I mean, the IRS is going to get the paperwork, so as long as the totals match. For you seniors out there that are getting the required minimum distribution, and you spread it, you've got half in Fidelity, half in Vanguard, you can do it from one facility if you want. You don't have to do both, because one account may have more cash than the other one. And I don't want to sell any stock or mutual funds that have stock. Biff, I suspect Nick was having a temporary depression that resulted in mishandling the Mike the Snake situation. Watch Nicholas alluded to that. Well, everybody's doing these self-diagnoses. You got to go see a therapist. All of us. I've done it. It's worth it. It is really worth it. He's the night guy. I'm the day guy. And listen, if Watch Nicholas was streaming right now, I would not have 25. Okay, I know that. Curly Kush, you got double the viewers. Old Morty Deli gets you're white hot today, baby. I like the thumbnail. I think the thumbnail got a lot of people. I got some great clips, only on the DOXX report. Old timey, will it use Jupiter's gravitational pull to slow down and come to... Listen, they're on a totally different level than we are, those aliens. They may not need any of that. And in fact, how do we know this is not part of the slowdown? Maybe this is not even the top speed. If it is alien technology, it may have slowed down, down to 130,000 miles per hour. But if it doesn't shoot out behind the sun, Houston, we got a problem. That's WR. Says Curly Kush. Mark T. Shift has no connection to intelligence. Well, I just thought it was telling that that the president was briefed on the aliens. Well, if there's nothing there, what's their brief? And did you know there was an open mic mishap between Putin and Xi Jinping, at the parade over there? Allegedly, Putin said to Xi Jinping, "We're gonna live to be 100. You'll live to be 150 years old with those organs." So in China you can buy organs, to extend your life. I guess like transplants. I don't know if that'll really work though. On every occasion, you're still gonna go. Curtis Cush, unbelievable. True. Is Jeffrey Epstein still a banned word? No, but it causes retribution, Darth. You'll learn. Maybe you'll learn. Where'd you go, Mr. President? Where are you, Mr. President? Mr. President? Here we go.
The whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country, and that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh! That was a little harsh. Okay, this is Biff. Scientist Michu Cashew reference lab testing has verified how powerful lasers pointed at rain clouds can manipulate weather, change the location of rain. Okay. He did say that. Lux loan request, Archie. I am the real victim in this disaster. No, he said, I'm the real victim. Again, he couldn't share the spotlight. That's the narcissist. He deserved the same. Can you imagine being married to one of these guys or a spouse? You know, and she says, you know, I say, well, you've cheated on me. You spent all the money, and oh, you don't know what you've done. They're always pivoting, always pivoting. They will not take responsibility for anything. Okay, Lux loan request, little Dave. I got an hour and a half. I'm a senior. Where am I going? Little Dave, you're way too behind regarding these chats. In my opinion, Doxy Poo. I got to answer them. Well, let them keep dropping. I don't care. Alexa's loan request. Your viewers have dropped to 28. We need some red meat. Let's see. On the hour, we're going to give the... how long I've been on? 43 minutes. I got some very good clips. John C. John C. Love the show. Coda needs to be put down. Oh, goodness. Please share the message. 0.5%'s nothing. It's the tide. It's the tide, Biff. It's up. The tide is going up. Oh, little Dave. Oh, no, that's the reason you got trespassed. The Diarrhea Diner. They're trolling people with the open mic. Well, allegedly he said that. All right, caught up, put in a marker. Marker. All right, we got the marker. Now let's give a little audio. I do have material today, and before I run out of energy, let's get started. I showed you the shift photo, and I've already given you watch Nicholas lineup. Avi Loeb. Now they did find on the interstellar object. Did you know the Milky Way galaxy has 100 billion stars? And our nearest galaxy is the Andromeda, has 1 trillion stars. And we're the only ones around? Let's see. And the comet is the tail is pointing at the sun. That's highly unusual. And it has nickel, but it doesn't have any iron. Nickel always appears with iron. So it's showing that it may be of industrial production of the nickel that's on this object. And it has the CO2-dominated gas plume, further challenging its classification as a typical comet. What was detected? Cyanide and nickel was found on the object, gas plume. That's an anomaly. significant. Industrial production, unless it's a source of unknown origin, right? Natural comets both have iron and nickel because these elements are created simultaneous in supernova explosions. This one only had nickel and cyanide, I guess. Chemical inconsistencies. This finding, along with the object CO2-dominated coma and low water content, further fuels the idea that the atlas, the three-eye atlas, is not typical. Naturally, a recurring comet could be of alien technology. Okay. Now, let's listen to the 9-year-old. Because he likes to talk about, he was asked a serious question.
Starchy, $2. Arch, how much do you have in savings right now? Well, actually, see, what I do is I have a read.
See, he was asked a direct question. How much do you have in savings? Oh, what I do? No, that wasn't the question. He doesn't know what a savings account is. He's never had one. He doesn't think that way. He wants the money immediately.
Redraw facility on the home loan. Okay, so I've actually put in, I've got about reserves at the moment. I've got about 37,000 in reserve. And I got it in shares. We have about 13,000. So there you go, about just under $50,000 cash reserve.
See, a cash reserve is not the same. And what he's really talking about is a loan instrument. He has available to borrow. As we went over his numbers, he has a HELOC credit line of $150,000. Frivolous spending was $147,000 he admitted to. He paid back $31,600. So what he's talking about, he has available credit. That's not the same as a savings account. The 9-year knows this, or I think he should know it. But he sidestepped it. So let me play it one more time without interrupting.
Starchy, $2. Arch, how much do you have in savings right now? Well, actually, see, what I do is I have a redraw facility on the home loan. Okay, so I've actually put in, I've got about reserves at the moment. I've got about 37,000 in reserve. And I got it in shares. We have about 13,000. So there you go, about just under $50,000 cash reserve.
Okay. That's a credit line. That's not a cash reserve. That's not a savings account. A HELOC.
So Starchy, $2. Reserve HELOC is not savings. Why is that not savings?
There you go. Why is that not savings? He doesn't know what a savings account is. No, I have access to the money. That's all he thinks about. Can I grab the cash? HELOC. In Australia, HELOC, home equity line of credit, redraw, because he talks about redraw, facility, is a home loan feature that allows you to withdraw additional repayments. A repayment is you've paid back the loan so much money. Well, you can withdraw those additional repayments that you've made into your home loan. Oh, you can take it back out. See, he thinks that's high finance, and that you don't know that, but he knows that. So you pay back $1,000 in the HELOC, and then you go, oh, I need it now. I got a watch I want to get. Oh, okay, that's okay. You can redraw. You take it back. These extra payments reduce your loan balance, saving you interest if you make the extra payments, but can be accessed again for personal use, such as renovations or emergencies. But in the 9-year-old's case, it's watches, travel, watch boxes that you would never do this for. But he wants the cash. He wants to feel good about himself. He has to purchase these things. It offers flexibility by letting you pay off your loan faster and build up available funds without needing a new loan. So get it paid off, but if you need it, you can take it back out. Though careful management is needed to avoid increasing your loan term. There's nothing careful about the 9-year-old. How it works. You make extra payments. The more you pay, you pay more than your minimum required home loan repayment. A repayment is just a payment of a loan. You're paying the loan off. Reduce loan balance. The extra payments reduce the principal amount of your loan, which in turn lowers your interest rate. Build available redraw. The amount of these extra payments becomes your available redraw balance, your reserve. That's what Archie's reserve is. Money he's put back on the loan. Redraw funds. When you need the funds, which is constantly all the time, there's a watch that has to be bought, a watch box, travel overseas. You can reborrow them by making a request, which will then increase your loan balance. So he doesn't care about the loan balance. He just wants the money. Interest savings. By reducing your principal loan balance with the extra repayment, you pay less interest over the life of your loan. Why am I going through this? Because I was really curious. I never heard of a redraw facility. What the hell is he talking about, a repayment? What? Flexibility. You can access your extra funds when you need them without having to go through a new loan application process. Purpose. Funds can be used for a variety of purposes. Oh, yeah, he's got a variety of purposes. Such as home renovations, well, maybe the termites. Education, he's not going to. He knows everything. He doesn't need to be educated. Or unexpected emergencies. In other words, there's a Rolex there. There's a Patek you need to have. You just got to have it. Well, 4 key considerations. Redraw facilities are typically available on variable rate home loans, though some lenders, blah, blah, loan balance. Redrawing funds increases your loan balance and therefore your interest payments. He doesn't care about that. If it was a Bond movie, his life, if a 9-year-old was a Bond movie, it would be tomorrow never comes. Possibly extending the loan term, blah, blah, blah. Fees. While many redraw facilities are free, some lenders might change fees for redraw or charge fees for redraw transactions or have limits on the number of redraws. Tax implications. How would you like to be the guy doing his taxes? All right, there's your tax info. All right, that's the HELOC. That was the 9-year-old. And let's talk about Mike. Let's see, where is Watch Nicholas? Bum, bum. What about that money, Mike? What's the bottom line on the money, Mike the Snake?
He did send me that money when he was drunk, and the next day when I found out about it, I offered that money back to him multiple times, and he fucking refused it. He denied it. He said, no, I'm a man of my word. I'm going to quit drinking. I shouldn't be drinking. And I fucking offered it back to him like 4 or 5 times. He said, no, you keep it. And then, okay, so stop there. Boom. The money's mine. Right? Bomb. Right? Just right there. Stop.
Okay. We can stop, but you can't stop. Then leave it at that. Then walk away. Or if you didn't want the money, you just give it back to him. Just deny it, Or watch Nicholas. Once again, who started all of this? Watch Nicholas. Because he sent the money to the wrong place.
Just like I'll never drink again, GD. Just like I'll never drink again, GD. If you want me to start drinking again, send alcohol to this P.O. box. You want me to start drinking again? Send alcohol to this P.O. box.
There's not enough money if we have both of yous on. That's the answer.
I think what he means is both at the same time. And he's referring to Lux and Mr. Bateman.
There's not enough money if we have both of yous on. That's the answer.
All right. Now we get to the real victim.
I've been the whipping post of the chat for 5 years, and I've been the kind of butt of everybody's joke on the panel for 5 years, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast.
I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast.
Okay.
He was the whipping boy. Well, you're just being whipped again, only to watch Nicholas this time. But you enjoyed it with everybody else. Why all of a sudden?
And I've been here to support Archie, and that's the only reason I've been here. I've refused
I'm the real
payment.
victim.
There it is. I'm the real victim. I'm not equal victim to you. I'm not going to say I'm a victim also or victim too. I'm not going to say we're both victims. I'm the real victim. It's about me, not you. I want the spotlight. I want the sympathy. That's the narcissism.
In this disaster, Mike.
In this disaster, Mike. It's my disaster, not your disaster. Oh, we got a golfer out there.
I know, and it fucking
I'm the
pains,
victim
it
because you're not
pains
going to be
me,
turning
Archie.
up on my stream anymore.
I'm the victim. You're not going to be on my stream. You're not going to be able to help me. And that's the only reason you're here is to help me. From the top, no interruption.
You know, I've been the whipping post of the chat for 5 years, and, you know, I've, been the kind of butt of everybody's joke on the panel for 5 years, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast, okay? And I've been here to support Archie, and that's the only reason I've been here. I've refused
I'm the
payment.
real victim in this disaster, Mike. Because
I know, and it fucking
I'm the
pains,
victim
it
because you're not
pains
going to be
me,
turning
Archie.
up on my stream anymore.
The only reason I'm here is to help Archie. Well, why'd you go on the producer Mark show? Well, why did you go on the Watch Nicholas show? What about Mr. Bateman?
Well, look, I mean, I'm still there to help Archie, right? But I'm getting some serious Lux fatigue at the moment, so...
You know that's going to end. They don't want him going over to watch Nicholas's show. And in a way, I kind of agree because he's a paid employee of the Archie Luxury Show. You're supposed to be over there. You're not helping the competitor. You're being paid, right, Mr. Bateman? I mean, the industry I worked in, if you could go work another job, but you not for a competitor. They find out, you're terminated.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
It was probably longer, a little bit longer than that. All right, let's get right to the core of the AC3. AC3 and his philosophy.
I don't care. Don't care. I care about me. That's it. 3 people I care about in this world. Me, myself, and I. That's it.
Beautiful.
And Mike the Snake agreed with that. And he really means that. And I'm astounded when you hear that. You go, oh, well, no, he loves his family. No, I'm his good friend. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, there we go. 59 minutes, 13 comments, and we'll get to Playboard. Where's my marker? There's the marker. Dirty old man. Archie will meet me next week in Bangers. Who's that, Suckerhorn? Well, I think he's trying to make his way to Mrs. Ly's residence, but I don't know if she's going to allow that. What, at your place, Bart Simpson? The contractor showed up last week and ran his stump grinder on a few stumps. It's a good idea, actually. A marker, Dart's got his own marker. Who, the Archie show? We are sinking like a concrete boat, Ducks. We need red meat. Well, you got the drama whipped up. I wonder if Mr. Bateman remembers. When did he arrive? I wonder how long he's been watching Archie. Does he really know what he's getting, who he's getting involved with? Of course, as long as the wife doesn't find out. Archie loves those HELOCs. Yeah, I don't think he's never had a savings account in his life. He's probably got a negative net worth, I would think. It doesn't matter how much the property's worth. It's what do you owe on them? And you took out on the HELOC? Oh. Lux loan report. Hey, Archie still owns 4 Pateks. Does he? Not sure of that. Tap on the shoulder. Grifter thinks a grift a day keeps the blues away. Yeah, shocking, right? The HELOC has to be paid back. I don't know if you'd even qualify, because once you get into those, first you have to own the property, a reverse mortgage. And that you want to stay away from. And they have really high fees. Now, I don't know what it is in Australia, probably worse, but here you don't want to get into that. Finance, says Lexus Long, Biff H. The problem for many large countries. Okay. France could have a recession coming. Okay, China's in trouble. France is in trouble. That's right. I think Mike could be an assistant manager to Taco Bell. I don't think he could. That's a tough job. Hiring and firing, customer complaints, running the business. That's tough to do. Bateman is playing a most dangerous game. He's going to get fed up and leave. Okay, 1 hour in, 1 hour, 2 minutes in, and I promise you Playboard. So I'll give you the Playboard right now. You hung in there with me. Okay, now it's not Whiskey a Go-Go, so there's no intro, all right. But there is a disclaimer.
Remember, you wanted this.
Here we go. Number 1, watch Nicholas for this prior week, August 7th to September 5th. What's the date today? 5th. He had revenue today, $30. Yesterday, $130. But the week, the last 7 days, he's the winner. $1,691 for one known as Watch Nicholas and Friends. The community channel, the Watch Nicholas community channel. Number 2, the 9-year-old, the Beast of Brisbane, the leader of the cult of the living dead. $46, I guess, this morning. Yesterday, $223, as Mike the Snake said goodbye. Last 7-day revenue, $1,017. And finally, Timmy, Tin Cup Panhandling Trust-Funded Marxist Airport Lounge Scrounger, Tim Wright and Friends. He must get his like through PayPal or direct deposit or something, or through the Apple phone or something. Yesterday revenue, $29 for the week, $887 for the last 7 days. He gets to fly around. And that's your Playboard for Friday, Brandy night.
Remember, you wanted this.
And I gave it to him. They wanted it, and I gave it to him. Alan Partridge in the house. He says, good evening, everyone. Archie sold his brigades and added another Patek, I think. I know. Does that make any sense? He can never, he's always churning. Because it's not even the watches are his friends. That's his superpower. That's his narcissistic supply. He just has to churn it, because once he has it, then the effect wears off. Then he's got to buy another one. Change him out. He's got to get new all the time. Darth, I kind of felt bad for Bateman. He was getting a loyalty test from Arch. Arch is his employer. He should get a loyalty test. Why? Why would he let him work there if he's working for the competition too? In private industry, you get fired. Yeah, you can go work a job doing something totally different, but not to a competitor. I don't feel sorry for him at all. And he didn't do his homework on Archie? How long has he known Archie? Hey, Mr. Bateman, you're working for a undiagnosed personality disorder. He's not going to settle things between you and Lux, because he doesn't care at all whether you have a rough time. Mark T., thank you for the Playboard, Docs. You're welcome. Thank you, Docs, for having me back. Well, you're welcome back. And I forgot what your offense was, so don't remind me of what it was, because then I may do it again. Well, yeah, because this morning, He was having an argument or yesterday with Lux, and Lux says, "Hey, listen, we're both employees here." Now, did he mean in symbolically we're employees, or I took it to mean they're both being paid? So Lux is being paid. So we're both employees. Employee gets paid. So what's the reference to? Was he just like, that's just a category? Well, he didn't say we're both here to help Archie. He said we're both employees. So I'm guessing he's getting paid, unless is he not getting paid? That's how I took it. All right, we're not done. We are not done. Oh, maybe we are done. I went through the HELOC. Got any good sound bites for you? Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not playing clips. I'm definitely not playing clips. We're not playing clips.
People have feelings, Nick, you know.
Yeah, I'm not playing clips. I'm definitely not playing clips. We're not playing clips. Well, not from Archie. From other people, yeah, but not from Archie. Not from Archie. No Archie clips. Definitely no Archie clips. But there's plenty of other stuff. There's other stuff.
People have feelings, Nick, you know.
And once again, Mike the Snake, it's your money, isn't it?
But he did send me that money when he was drunk. And the next day when I found out about it, I offered that money back to him multiple times, and he fucking refused it. He denied it. He said, no, I'm a man of my word. I'm going to quit drinking. I shouldn't be drinking. And I fucking offered it back to him like 4 or 5 times. He said, no, you keep it. And then, okay, so stop there. Boom. The money's mine. Right? Bomb. Right? Just right there. Stop.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, Mike. He could have stopped payment on it. Just let it go. I'm glad you got the money.
We like to call it here, keeping the grift alive and help fuel the grift jar.
OC.
There will be far, far more members-only streams going forward as we seek quality over quantity. I'd rather have a stream with 10 or 15 great people than a stream with 50 or 100 people who don't matter. And no offense. I mean, there's high-quality viewers, and there are, different people.
No offense taken.
There are winners, and there are losers. That's what it's about, fuckers.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I don't know what happened, man. Had some kind of problem with my hardware, man. What are you guys up to tonight?
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
Bateman gets paid in Chinese and pesos. Really? I didn't know. What did I have to do with it? Alan Partridge, thank you, DOXX. I have had a further promotion. Thank you for your inspiration and spiritual support. Well, I don't think things are really good over there in New Zealand, right? He's in the North Island of New Zealand. He was in IT, and you got to be working. And spending money and energy on YouTube, that's for old men. That's for old retired men like me. Make your money while you can and save it. It's not what you make. It's what you save. Bateman is squandering his prime earning years. Mark T. Biff, his offense was having the name Rufus laughing. No, listen, I bounce around, in the comments, or I'll go look at another stream. But if you're really going after me, it's like, And then I see you over here, and if you really feel that way, I don't want you around. So whatever it was, it's under the bridge. I can't even remember it. I don't want to remember it. Still got 17 people hanging in there. Oh, I haven't shown. I know what I got to show you. I forgot all about it. We got to go to my X report because, again, I'm going to repeat. Now, there's this HELOC nonsense. I only stream now, live streaming, YouTube only, exclusively, and then I do get a lot of good clips and I'll put up on X. I'm no longer on Kick, and I'm no longer on Rumble, and I have a new email address. What's your email address, Lex? Well, good question. What is my new email address? You'd think I'd have it here. Oh, hang on. There it is, docsreport@outlook.com. That's the new email address. Now back to X. There's the 9-year-old. He'll borrow and lease and spend any amount to temporarily feel good about himself. It's narcissistic supply. That's the reason he abuses the HELOC. Hey, honey, where did this $147,000 go? Well, I own 10 watches. Do you understand? But he paid back $31,600. But he always forgets to tell you you owe $115,400. Well, why is it important to sell off the HELOC or pay back the HELOC? Because your collateral is your home. It's a mortgage, basically, a second mortgage. And if they don't get the money, they sell the house. This guy right here. Now, he's, here, Mr. Bateman, this is, look at this guy that now you are associated with because he was on Archie's channel. Court records show that Frischman has 2 criminal convictions, one for disturbing the peace and the other for auto theft. Source, Los Angeles Times. Let's read from the article. Let's give you full screen there. Yeah, now we see it nice and clear. Who is this guy? Well, there is an article. You have to Google his name and then put in Los Angeles Times. Los Angeles by Wendy Thermos, November 2nd, 2002. And it's updated November 6, 2024. Basic facts are fluid for water board candidate. Marcus Allen Frischman. He has convictions for disturbing the peace and auto theft. But then again, it's a political campaign. Well, let's go look. He also, is his name, and I'm quoting from the article, but the more immediate question voters will have to decide is, who is Marcus Allen Frischman? Or is it Marcus Allen D. Rothschild, as it appears on his driver's license? With Frischman, there are no easy answers. I'm quoting now from the article. For starters, the talkative, friendly 40-something candidate refuses to divulge his age. Court records say Frischman was born in 1959, while his 2000 voter registration form lists his birth year as 1964. Quote, I never tell people my age, he said when asked about the discrepancy. I think it boxes you in. All right. Court records, and I'm quoting from the article, court records show that Frischman has 2 criminal convictions, one for disturbing the peace and the other for auto theft. Quote, I kept a rental car too long, unquote, Frischman said, still looking at the article. Referring to the latter case, technically the charges were dismissed. I paid no fine, I paid no restitution. Court records show that in 1990, Frischman rented a BMW 325i in Arizona. Oh, similar taste to the 9-year-old. reported it stolen the next day and filed an insurance claim for $1,000 worth of property left inside the car. A year later, police found the car and Frischman at a Beverly Hills eatery. Frischman, who gave his name to police as Marcus Allen de Rothschild, was charged with felony counts of grand theft, insurance fraud, and the unlawful taking of a vehicle. That's all I need to know. Really, that's all I need to know about the guy. I knew when I first saw him on his thumbnail over there. I said, "There's nothing I want from. I don't want to listen about this guy. I've never heard him speak. I just instinctively knew there was a problem with this guy." Once again, if you would like the article, you would go to my. How do you do this? You would go over to the DOXX report and scroll down. August 31st, court records show that Frischman has 2 criminal convictions, one disturbing the peace and the other for auto theft. And the Los Angeles Times, right here. You click on this, and it'll take you right to it. Leaving Frischman behind, we go to the 9-year-old. Oh, now this is a great one. MT85, he's a mature adult. He hops on the panel to question the 9-year-old. Archie had no answers. He really looked bad. It's a 4-minute clip, and I'm not going to play it here. It's too long to play it on StreamYard for you. 4 minutes. It's worth listening to. 532 people have listened to it. Look at the weight this guy's put on. Holy shit. 9-year-old is interrogated regarding financial management while in Hong Kong. Quote, "I can do whatever I need." And I asked Mrs. Lai on the itinerary. Now guess who was interrogating him? Who was it? It was, oh man, it was Uzi. It wasn't Narc. It was somebody else, but I would never think I would do a clip from them, but I'll come back to that. I can't remember now. 300 people watched it. But it was very good. They interrogated him, and he just didn't have he didn't know what he's talking about. Really, it's just borrow money. He's not working. He's not saving. Ooh, look at that chin. And this is a longer clip about Mike the Snake, 3 minutes, 34 seconds. Mike the Snake, you're a public figure of your doing. Stop watching hurtful streams or get your own channel to respond. Cybers, suck it up. You took the good times, and now you run into some rough water? Well, suck it up. Or go away, which you did. Now, I'm going to go back and listen to that. Who interrogated the 9-year-old? It was Uzi and somebody else. Oh, HR, person of color. I never thought... He did a good job. HR, person of color, and Uzi interrogated the 9-year-old on his financial dealings. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Biff H, there you go. Alcohol-fueled depression turned Mike the Snake saga into a temporary... He made money off of it. But again, he's not the victim. He starts everything. He sends money to T-Dubs. He sends money to Mike the Snake. By accident, well, I didn't mean it, but you did it. You're still responsible for it. Well, hey there, Rockstar Aaron Fletcher. Good evening, DOXX. Report. I'm from Fairfield, Massachusetts. Question mark? You're not sure? Hello. Oh, no, not really. So he was upfront about it. He said, like, so what? Any thoughts on Bateman's alleged lawsuit resulting in cash payment against former employer? Maybe that's how this character, AC3, this character arc ends. Alleged lawsuit. I don't know the details of it. All I know, if you end up on the Archie Luxury Show, you must be going through hard times. Or you're not thinking properly. All right, that's the show. So I'm going to hang out. I want to do an hour and a half. 1 hour, 21 minutes. 21 people watching. Have I shown you all the media? Let's see. Dun, dun. I think so. Floodland 99. All right, have a good evening. Enjoy the cognac. I hope it rains too. I want to enjoy the rain. I turned the water on this morning, but we need the rain. Oh, and the let's get that off there. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to delete that. Well, now this is the interesting thing. I do have one thing to show you. If Bateman says both he and Lux are there to help Archie. Lux said we're both employees, so is he getting paid? Well, now this is Watch Nicholas's Curlyverse All-Star lineup. I think I have Watch Nicholas talking about this. Looking, here we go, the Watch Nicholas team.
Still smoking weed all the time, though. Because that's...
No, that's not it. That's smoking weed. He's on team weed. Well, I don't have it. Anyway, he says, here's the list. This is the all-star lineup. And as you see in there, Bateman, right? Bateman. So he's working 2 channels. He's working for a competitor. Now, you can use that as leverage. You can go back to Archie and say, I'm going to go over there and earn over there unless you give me a raise, or Archie should fire him. You're working for the competitor. You're on the lineup. Anything you do over there, if people tune in to watch you and then super chat, Watch Nicholas is making the money. So if Archie were to fire him, I think he has just cause, to tell you the truth. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. Probably has to do with the watch he wore, right? Jay Gray Sweater, why did he choose to name himself after a fictional psychopath? He seems normal, but who knows? I wish we were getting some of that rain. Rufus, 85 degrees, cloudy with thunderstorms, expected around 8 p.m. tonight. Every time I hear that, like I'll ask a day before, and they'll say, oh, it's going to rain all day tomorrow, you know, and then the next day, well, it's going to rain tonight, 8 o'clock, and nothing comes. That is a Naples weather forecast.
You know, I've been the whipping post of the chat for 5 years, and I've been the kind of butt of everybody's joke on the panel for 5 years, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast. Okay, and I've been here to support Archie, and that's the only reason I've been here. I've refused
I'm the real
payment.
victim in this disaster, Mike. Because
I know, and it fucking
I'm the
pains,
victim
it
because you're not
pains
going to be
me,
turning
Archie.
up on my stream anymore.
Oh, that's interesting. Why, he didn't like me coming on? Floodland, the Snake Report, new vid on Horology Dungeon. That would be Tenzil. I wonder if he took my thumbnail. Horology Dungeon. Well, I only see the one. Let's go. That's been up there a while. That was 5 hours ago. Yeah, I can't listen to Tanzil. It's just hard for me. I don't know what it is. It's just, it doesn't work for me.
I've been the whipping post of the chat for 5 years, and I've been the kind of butt of everybody's joke on the panel for 5 years, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast. Okay, and
I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast. Then what are you crying about now?
I've been here to support Archie, and that's the only reason I've been here. I've refused
I'm the real
payment.
victim in this disaster, Mike. Because
I'm the real victim. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I get the sympathy. I get the spotlight. Not you, Mike.
No, I know, and it fucking
I'm the
pains,
victim
it
because you're not
pains
going to be
me,
turning
Archie.
up on my stream anymore.
Nobody plays the victim better than the 9-year-old. One hour, 28 minutes. I got to do 1:30. And what was in my title? End of the Mike the Snake era? I don't think so. Can he stay away? Don't think so. Rufus, Archie, Archie, Archie. I think it's just another drama sequence that, like Bear. I didn't think Bear would ever stay away that long. I don't think Mike can do it. If he doesn't show up on Archie's show, he's going to show up on another show. Pretty sure. Okay, that's your Friday edition of the DOXX Report. And you got Playboard. We had some things. And check out the DOXX Report on X, because that's where I go. Well, I'll post things first. I think so, too. Mike will be back. He can't stay away. He needs it. Archie needs him more. Archie needs somebody. It doesn't matter if it's Mike. He doesn't need Mike. He needs somebody. He needs, and more the better, but he needs someone. Mike does need the attention, the atmosphere, I guess. He enjoyed it for 5 years. What got him really in trouble? Going to the other channels. If he would have just stayed on it, stayed at there, he'd be okay. All right, that's it. We're done. Thank you for hanging in there.